What's up, Medios? El Presidente here. Going to talk about adding PayPal to your event pages. I started doing this year with my guys. They love it. Makes things really simple. It is a bit of an experimental year because it's the first time we've tried this, but I'll get into that more in this video. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about some of the PayPal rules. Then I'll show you the best way to set up your account to use the new PayPal option. And then I'm going to close out by just showing you what your members will see if they pay through PayPal. So the first thing we're going to talk about is accepting payments on PayPal. You're going to take in quite a bit of money if you use this to accept payments for your tournaments. Let me start by saying I'm no tax expert. All I did was go to the PayPal site and read up on this. So I'll put the link to this page in the description. And what I'm talking about here is whether or not the money you get from your members will need to be reported on your taxes. And short answer from what I've read is no. So here's the best way to proceed and how to protect yourself in case I'm wrong, which there's a chance. First things first, make sure you have a personal PayPal account. As you can see right down here, personal payments are not part of the sales of goods or services that will automatically require PayPal to report your earnings to the IRS. So what that means is accept the payments with a personal account and make sure your members do not select paying for goods or services when they pay you. They're not. This is just a pass-through. This money is going right to the course. So they're not purchasing a good or service from you. If they do click that box, you're going to pay fees on the money that they send you, and this money will also fall into that $20,000 that could potentially have your earnings be reported to the IRS. And then the last thing I'll say about this is just keep all your receipts for the tournaments. If you take in $15,000 this year and you spend $14,500 of it on tournaments, if the IRS does come knocking, then as I see it, you only really took in $500 and that's all you would be taxed on. Again, not legal advice by any means, but that's what I took away from reading this. So draw your own conclusions. I'll put this link in the description. Okay, moving on. Setting up. This is actually the easy part here. So first things first, you should already have a PayPal account. Like I said earlier, make sure it's a personal account. And then I recommend getting through all of this verification stuff. You can see I haven't even confirmed my mobile yet. But on your profile page, it'll help you complete your profile. And I recommend you go through all these steps just to make it so your PayPal account looks good in the eyes of PayPal. The next thing you do is you go to paypal.me. So while you're logged in here, if you just type in paypal.me, then you'll get to this page and you can hit get started. Now you can see I am already linked. My accounts have been linked. And basically what you're doing, you're linking your PayPal account to a paypal.me web address. And all this is doing, it makes it a lot easier to accept payments. Okay, so go to paypal.me, should be able to figure out how to link it to your PayPal account. Once you've done that, you go to your event page, and then I'll edit my event. For payment, I'm going to prepay with PayPal. This should appear right here. And then what you do, you put in your paypal.me address. And as you can see, after you do it once, it'll start popping up the ones you've used before. And then the event cost is $55. So my paypal.me address is that right there. But by adding the 55 at the end, it does something really cool. So I'm going to click PayPal required, which will just put a message that says the guys have to prepay. I'm going to save that. This button will appear. It'll say prepayment required. And now if I click that button, this is the user experience. So this is what your members will see. And oh, look, it already has the 55 in there. That's because I put the /55. Obviously, you can backslash whatever your tournament costs. But that's nice for guys. They just show up. It already says what they owe. They click next. And then this is what they'll see. You're sending 55 to John. They can write a note if they want. This is what they should not click. So that's why I'm showing you this. Just tell them don't click the paying for goods or service. That means they're sending it as a personal payment. And then that's it. They'll click send money now, and then they are all paid for their tournament. Going back to the event page, just a few more things that you need to make sure your members know about. First things first, they still need to register for the event. I'm already registered, but they need to register the normal way, and then they can click to pay with PayPal. We're in the process of adding a message here that will remind them of that fact. And then the only other thing they really need to know is that if they link a bank account to their PayPal account, or they have a balance in their PayPal account, they'll pay no fees when they pay you for the tournament. But if they don't have either of those things and they're paying with a credit card on PayPal, they're going to pay 2.9% on this amount right here. 2.9% plus 30 cents. So if they complain about having to pay a fee, tell them to link a bank account to their PayPal account, or to keep a balance in their PayPal account and just pay from that balance. It's a good spot to hide money from their wife as well. So sell it to them that way. But that's about it, guys. Like I said, obviously none of this is legal tax advice, but this is something we're going to try out this year. I'll definitely give you a report at the end of the year once I find out if I got all this wrong. But my guys love paying with PayPal, and it's transformed it for me as well as a chapter leader to just show up, and I don't have to check anyone in. I can mingle with the guys, hang out, shoot the shit, have fun, instead of sitting at a table talking to each one for 4 seconds while I take their money. It's a much better experience, so I recommend getting it set up.
Real